Today I'll be showing you how to make a bootable USB stick with persistence. In other words, you can make a puppysave folder within that USB stick, booting it into a legacy BIOS machine. So typically this will be a older PC with a legacy BIOS, older PC without internal hard drive. So you can use just this USB stick to browse the web and do all the Puppy Linux stuff. So there are three main steps that we'll go through. First is we'll have to use Gparted to partition the USB stick. Second part will be we'll have to use the Noblepup32 ISO and install the necessary files into the USB stick that's been partitioned, and then we'll verify that indeed the USB stick can go ahead and contain the Puppy Linux save folder. So that's are the major steps. So the first thing what we'll do is, obviously I'm using Pup64 to demonstrate this. So you will need another Puppy Linux PC to make this bootable USB stick. So first thing we'll have to do is go to the Gparted, and then my USB stick is SDK. So that's already been inserted. So we'll go ahead and go to the Gparted and SDK, and then we'll click on it, and then we'll have to erase USB stick. So we'll have to go to the create partition table, and we want a MS-DOS file table type. Okay, and obviously that's going to wipe everything out on the USB stick. So right click, and then we want to go to the and we want to make a first partition, and let's say we're going to make this is a 32 gig USB stick, so we'll give it a 10 gig. So, and then we'll put a label of pups. So we'll only be installing on Noblepup32, but you can go ahead and install another Puppy Linux 32-bit here. So we'll go ahead and add. And then because of the uniqueness of how the Puppy Linux works, what we're going to do is also we're going to make a large partition here only for save file. And for a uniqueness sake, what I'll do is go ahead and use two capital V's to indicate this is going to be the save folder within the USB stick. And we'll go ahead and leave a little bit of approximately 1 gig of a free space at the end just for swap partition. So we'll go ahead and add that, and then we'll go to the last one, and then a right click, and then new, and then we'll go ahead and Linux swap, and then add. And then after that, we want to go back to the first partition, and then right click, and then manage flags, and we must put a little tick on the boot. So we'll have this partition bootable. So essentially the first major step is finished. So we'll go ahead and close the Gparted. So we have a first partition is pups, second partition is a VV, third partition, because of a swap it doesn't show here. So that's all done. Next, what we want to do is go to the where we have the ISO downloaded, and then we want to go ahead and click, and then we want to mount this image, and there'll be several files. And what we want to do is go back to the USB first partition, click, and then we'll put it over here, and then we want to make a right click and then new, and just for organization's sake, we'll go ahead and Noblepup32 and then create. So it's created a folder. So later on, you can go ahead and put another Puppy Linux here if that's needed. But we'll just go ahead and click on this here. We're into the NP32 folder, and now we need to copy SFS files from the ISO. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Generally speaking, there'd be 3 or 4. Additionally, you need to copy the init.rd and then VM Linux. So you want to grab all that and drag it over here into the folder of USB, and we want to copy that. So it's pretty quick in this machine. And then we'll go ahead and close this, and then also close this, and then we'll close this. So we have this USB stick here, and then files. So we're ready to roll here. Now the second part it has been done, almost done. So what we need to do is run a grub for DOS. So this installs the grub into the USB stick, obviously. And then we'll go ahead and hide this, and then we'll go ahead and go to F12 and then set up. There is grub for DOS root loader configuration, and then we'll have to direct it to the where the USB stick is, which is here. Search only in this device, and legacy compatible menu list. We want to tick that, and we're OK. And then it's going to create the grub, what's called a menu list. And for simplicity's sake, we'll just use the MP32. And then OK is fine, and another OK. So now what we want to take a look at is the menu list. So we're going to edit menu list, and we'll make it a little bigger. So now, and then we will not have windows at all. So we'll just go ahead and delete this section, and I find that I never use advanced menu anyway, so we'll go ahead and delete that also. Now there's one critical thing that we want to do here is to direct where the save folder should be. So we'll click in front of pfix, and then psave equals the label of the partition where the save folder, we want the save folder to be. And then we're also going to make a little folder within it. So we'll go ahead and give this command as an option, and then we'll go ahead and save. And then we want to just go ahead and close, and we want to close, and then we have to make sure that we go back to the VV partition, which is a second partition, and we want to create a directory here, save, small letter save. So if everything is done correctly, you will find Puppy Linux save folder within this folder. So after you reboot it with a USB stick, obviously.